on the Denver Broncos.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We can look at this Bronco defense.
This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Again, it's Watson. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 4.
You look at this Browns defense.
They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Adam Troutman, the intended receiver.
And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taken from just outside the 30. And bulldozing his way through. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That punt returns 69 yards.
And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
Broncos nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Pirine.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it.
Touchdown! Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos! Adam Troutman from 21 yards away. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in at the goal line. And there he goes again. Past midfield, look out. He's inside the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd down, Wilson. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Racing to the end zone. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Browns 42, Broncos 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd down, Pirine. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. No gain on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Bang out, bam.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 20-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Watson now to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Smith on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Play action. It's Wilson.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll try to draw now with Chubb. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw is Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how...
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson setting up the screen to Pirine.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Throwing is Wilson. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Anthony Walker giving that O-line fits. He gets in there to drop him. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now it's Wilson. Pass taken in by Pirine. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rocky Mountain snow looks like it's going to continue through this second half as we are back underway in Denver. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson.
Watson's pass intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Go 14.
On 2nd down, Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. To throw is Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And got his man complete. And all the way home for the Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, 43 yards. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This time, the extra point up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
37-yard line.
Now Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Being chased out left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
Here's Wilson. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Play action. Now Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Broncos 20.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Watson on third down.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Keon Crossan.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schwartz. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fighting through. 43 yards on the punt. Return of 4. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And his pass is intercepted for
Picked off by Martin Emerson. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Watson shoves him away. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Steps away. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Escapes the defender. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
At the 43-yard line.
Again, Wilson.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Martin Emerson.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Set.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed